projected #1 pick on ESPN's 2022 mock draft, Chet Holmgren is poised to become one of college basketball's most exciting players. Hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chet is coming off of a high school career with more accolades than Gordon Bombay. This fall, Chet will be headed to the Pacific Northwest, where he'll be looking to fill the shoes of his former high school teammate Jalen Suggs by teaming up alongside the College Player of the Year frontrunner Drew Timme in hopes of leading Gonzaga to a national championship. Welcome to the Film Sesh with Chet Holmgren, an NBA draft deep dive evaluating why the teenage slender man may be college basketball's next unicorn prospect. So what makes Chet Holmgren so unique? It starts with his preposterous measurements. 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan on a slight 195-pound frame. Holmgren looks like basketball's Inspector Gadget. When Holmgren unleashes those go-go gadget arms, shots around the hoop are always in danger of ending up in the bleachers. Chet has a thirst for swatting basketballs. Sure, that means he can get a little jumpy on pump fakes, but high school kids looking to challenge Chet mostly just end up looking like the little brother trying to shoot over the older brother on a Fisher-Price hoop. Chet's insane defensive prowess, combined with his unusual fluidity for a human being with his build, makes for some true holy fuck moments. It's plays like this, where Chet grabs the ball out of mid-air, takes it coast to coast, weaving between defenders, and then finishes with a smooth finesse layup that makes your mouth salivate. At times, Chet looks like a guard rather than a center, with his smooth handle and ability to lead the break and score or find teammates. Gonzaga played at a breakneck speed last season, and Chet's ability to turn defense into offense or grab a board and go is going to be another tool in the belt for Gonzaga's high-octane offensive approach. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize a guy that looks like Holmgren is a shot eraser. But basketball's being played further and further out on the perimeter, and modern big men, especially those with unicorn aspirations, need to be able to guard behind the arc. It's one of the biggest reasons the basketball community fell head over heels for Evan Mobley last season. Chet doesn't have feet as smooth as Evan, and the elite guards with the deepest bags are gonna get by him from time to time. But he's also had some pretty dominant moments where he straight swallows the space of the ball handler. Chet's length can be so imposing that even if the offensive player has a bit of room on him, he could still be there in time for a shot contest. Holmgren will be a major weapon playing in a drop on ball screens, and shooters will quake at the mere thought of Chet closing out on them with a full arm extension. He'll need to get stronger to one day bang with the Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic's of the world, but defense wins championships, and the kid butters his bread on that side of the ball. So what about the rest of the offense? Chet doesn't yet have the elite shot creation of Anthony Davis or Giannis, but his freaky long strides are enough to create some heading toward the basket. Holmgren loves attacking from the baseline, where he needs just one dribble and he's already at the rim. Chet has even showed some craft on some of these more difficult same foot, same hand finishes. These driving lanes at the hoop are opened up by Chet's ability to stretch the floor, again adding another element to his unicornness. He isn't yet a knockdown guy, especially off the bounce, but when he lets it fly with confidence, it's enough to keep the defense honest and should allow him to easily slot in next to Drew Timme next year. You see a lot of Porzingis in his shooting. Smaller defenders just don't have enough length to really bother the high release, and bigger defenders will have to play off some so he doesn't take them off the bounce. Chet has even given us a taste of a little fall-away jumper in the in-between when he can't get all the way to the rim. You don't want him settling for fadeaway mid-range shots on the regular, but it's a hell of a trick to have in your bag when you need someone to get you a tough bucket. What makes Chet such a fun guy to play with is that he doesn't need the ball in his hands to score his points. Holmgren runs the floor like a gazelle and should serve as an elite rim runner. Place Holmgren next to a guard who can make dump-off passes to the dunker spot, and Gonzaga will give themselves a few easy buckets every game. Chet barely has to jump to dunk with those crazy arms, but even so, he's quick off his feet and moves well off the ball, sharply reading the defense to optimize his cutting to open up passing lanes. We saw some of the transition passing chops when we looked at how Chet turns defense to offense, but he's also got some fun half-court vision. Chet projects to be an efficient short roll passer, a modern-day staple for any ball screen offense. and his height allows him to see right over the defense. When he's at the top of the key or the elbow, he can just calmly wait for cutters to cut to the hoop, and he could be deadly when he gets the ball in the post and a defense sends a double at him. Holmgren's far from a finished product, and he'll need to get stronger on both sides of the ball to reach his full potential. He needs to bulk up some, but that's going to be an arduous process that won't fully actualize until he gets to the big leagues, if ever. But even watching Chet throughout his time playing in the lower levels, you see what a unique talent he is. We throw the term unicorn around a lot nowadays, too often if you ask me. It feels like any tall player that could shoot and block shots gets the label, but not many players actually have the measurements as unique as the Minnesota native. Holmgren may or may not get there, but he is the one prospect in the 2022 class that may actually deserve the label.